Nuclear weapons are one of, if not the most destructive weapons that exist on our planet. To date, nuclear weapons have been used in war only twice. It is commonly known that the use of these weapons could lead to the destruction of our planet. With more rogue nations gathering nuclear potential, the threat of nuclear war has never been more real than it is today. From France to Russia, land to sea, we take a look at the top 5 countries with the most nuclear weapons. At the dawn of the nuclear age, the United States hoped to maintain a monopoly on its new weapon, but the secrets and the technology for building the atomic bomb soon spread. The United States conducted its first nuclear test explosion in July 1945 and dropped 2 atomic bombs on the cities of Hiroshima and Nagasaki, Japan, during World War II. Just 4 years later, the Soviet Union conducted its first nuclear test explosion, the United Kingdom in 1952, France in 1960, and China in 1964 followed. Number 5. The UK became the 3rd country, after the United States and the Soviet Union, to develop and test nuclear weapons. On the 3rd of October 1952, it detonated an atomic bomb in the Montebello Islands in Australia in Operation Hurricane. 11 more British nuclear weapons tests in Australia were carried out over the following decade. The United Kingdom currently sits at number 5 on the list of countries with the most nuclear weapons. They possess about 225 strategic warheads, of which an estimated 120 are deployed and 105 are in storage. The UK has a total of 4 Vanguard-class Trident nuclear-powered ballistic missile submarines, which together form its exclusively sea-based nuclear deterrent. Number 4. The decision to arm France with nuclear weapons was made in 1954 by the administration of Pierre Mendès France under the Fourth Republic. President Charles de Gaulle, upon his return to power in 1958, had a vision of a fully independent French strike force known as Force de Frappe. It would be capable of protecting France from a Soviet attack or from other foreign attacks. France was concerned that in the event of a Soviet invasion of Western Europe, the US, already bogged down in the Vietnam War and afraid of Soviet retaliation against the United States, would not come to the aid of its allies in Western Europe. France felt it should never entrust its defense, and therefore its very existence, to a foreign and thus unreliable protector. They were quoted as saying, "Within 10 years, we shall have the means to kill 80 million Russians." I truly believe that one does not lightheartedly attack people who are able to kill 80 million Russians, even if one can kill 800 million French. That is, if there were 800 million French. France comes in at number 4 on the list of countries with the most nuclear weapons. France's nuclear weapon inventory consists of about 290 warheads. The warheads are allocated for delivery by 48 submarine-launched ballistic missiles and approximately 50 air-launched cruise missiles produced for land and carrier-based aircraft. Number 3. The People's Republic of China has developed and possesses weapons of mass destruction, including chemical and nuclear weapons. The first of China's nuclear weapons tests took place in 1964, and its first hydrogen bomb test occurred in 1967. Tests continued until 1996, when China signed the Comprehensive Test Ban Treaty. The number of nuclear warheads in China's arsenal is a state secret. There are varying estimates of the size of China's arsenal. According to some estimates, the country could more than double the number of warheads on missiles that could threaten the United States by the mid-2020s. The rapid growth of China's nuclear power has raised concerns in many countries, especially its neighboring countries. These nations believed that asking China to sign the Treaty on the Non-Proliferation of Nuclear Weapons, or NPT, was the only way to stop its nuclear development. However, it was not until the 1980s that China had changed its attitude towards developing nuclear powers. China comes in at number 3 on the list of countries with the most nuclear weapons. They have an estimated total inventory of about 350 nuclear warheads. It is a larger indication because the intercontinental ballistic missiles can carry more warheads than previously believed. Number 2. The United States was the first country to manufacture nuclear weapons and is the only country to have used them in combat. The bombings of Hiroshima and Nagasaki established nuclear weapons as the ultimate weapons of war, which kicked off an arms race between the United States and the Soviet Union. Between 1940 and 1996, the U.S. federal government spent at least $9.61 trillion in present-day terms on nuclear weapons, including platform development, aircraft, rockets and facilities, command and control, maintenance, waste management, and administrative costs. It is estimated that the United States produced more than 70,000 nuclear warheads since 1945, more than all other nuclear weapon states combined. By official count, a total of 1,054 nuclear tests and 2 nuclear attacks were conducted by the USA, with over 100 of them taking place at sites in the Pacific Ocean, over 900 of them at the Nevada test site, and 10 on miscellaneous sites in the United States. The USA comes in at number 2 on the list of countries with the most nuclear weapons. The United States has a stockpile of 3,750 active and inactive nuclear warheads, plus approximately 2,000 warheads retired and awaiting dismantlement. Number 1. The Russian Federation is known to possess or have possessed 3 types of weapons of mass destruction: nuclear weapons, biological weapons, and chemical weapons. After the Korean War, the Soviet Union transferred nuclear technology and weapons to the People's Republic of China as an adversary of the United States and NATO. The Kremlin consented to supply Beijing a sample atomic bomb and to help with its mass production. Subsequently, the Soviet Union built all the essentials of China's new military nuclear industry. Russia was also thinking of alternative ways of using these weapons of mass destruction. The highest-ranking GRU defector Stanislav Lunev described alleged Soviet plans for using tactical nuclear weapons for sabotage against the United States in the event of war. He described Soviet-made suitcase nukes identified as RA-115s, which weigh 50 to 60 pounds. These portable bombs can last for many years if wired to an electric source. In case there is a loss of power, there is a battery backup. If the battery runs low, the weapon has a transmitter that sends a coded message, either by satellite or directly to a GRU post at a Russian embassy or consulate. During the 2022 Russian invasion of Ukraine, Russian President Vladimir Putin placed Russia's nuclear deterrent forces on high alert, a move heavily condemned internationally. While this war is still ongoing at the time of creating this video, no evidence of nuclear weapons being used has been observed. Russia comes in at number 1 on the list of countries with the most nuclear weapons. Russia possesses approximately 6,000 nuclear warheads, the largest stockpile of nuclear weapons in the world. Nearly half of the world's 12,700 nuclear weapons are owned by Russia. Russia's deployed missiles, those actually ready to fire at any moment, number about 1,600. It is our hope that these weapons are never used again. If one button is pushed, it is likely to start a chain reaction leading to millions of casualties. There is also the chance it could create an extinction event that wipes out human life altogether. Everything humans have worked to achieve on our magnificent planet could be undone in seconds. If you enjoyed this video, then be sure to check out one of our other videos on some of the world's most incredible moments. As always, thanks for watching, and we will see you in the next one.